Hello everyone, this is Ekta Agarwal and I would like to talk to you about Scalar and what does they do. And right now I have an opening in Business Development Associate for Scalar. So let's see what actually Scalar company is.
Hello, my name is Anshuman. I am one of the co-founders at Scalar Academy and InterviewBit. I founded InterviewBit about 7 years back, Scalar Academy about 2 years back. And I often get questioned on what Scalar Academy is and why we are doing what we are doing. How are we different from the other edtech companies out there? And today I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about our journey and our story and what our vision is, why we do what we do. My own personal background is that I graduated from a college in India called Triple IT Hyderabad in 2010. I was very lucky to have worked directly with Mark Zuckerberg. I got to see a lot of scaling challenges. I was part of the team that was building Facebook messages in chat. I got to lead the Facebook Messenger team. And I also got to set up the first engineering office for Facebook outside of the US, which was the Facebook London office, where we got to hire about 100 people. While that journey was very rewarding, very comfortable as well, what used to actually concern me was that my own brother was also an engineer. He was studying in a tier 3 college in India back then. And I was very disappointed with the quality of education in India by just looking at what he was studying. And there was a feeling of guilt. There was a feeling of concern that this is happening to the masters in India and needs to be fixed. And therefore, me and Abhimanyu, who was also one of the batchmates from college and was then working at one of the unicorns then called Fab.com, we got to discussing and we finally decided to take the leap of faith, leave our respective jobs, come back to India and start something which will help solve this problem. So in the end of 2014, we started what is today known as InterviewBit, where our theory was that the solution to this could be a self-learning free platform where people get access to the highest quality of content which is gamified, and then they could figure out stuff on their own. In the last 4 or 5 years, what we've realized is that while InterviewBit is a very useful product, it is very useful for the top 1%. And both me and Abhimanyu, we left our jobs to help the majority. And then, therefore, we started thinking again on what else could we do this would be better. In the process, one of the things that had happened was that in 2018, a lot of high-paying companies drove their entire campus hiring to us, including companies like Google. And we got to talking to about 100 odd students from tier 3 colleges that ended up finding a job in these companies. All of these students, by the way, when we talked to them, we realized they were very hardworking, very self-motivated. But one surprise that came out of those conversations was that 98 out of those 100 students had an elder sibling or an elder cousin or a close senior who was already working at a great company and was guiding. That was a major revelation. We realized that the persona of a guru who can set the right direction is important for anybody to succeed. So we then started thinking about what is the next product that helps solve education for the masses and not only for the top 1%. And that's when we came up with what we today known as Scalar Academy, which is our attempt to create online Stanford. We started looking at what component does Stanford have. Stanford has the best people teaching. It has a very defined path. It has very qualified seniors who help solve doubts and provide a support ecosystem. And it has the best of peers that help you move forward. Combine Stanford with the guru-based learning, and you have what we today call a scalar academy. Our belief is that if you do learning the right way, if you enable people to do learning the right way, then magic will happen. Now I can spend hours talking about what went into Scalar Academy, but let me talk about what has happened as a result of Scalar Academy. We have enrolled close to 4,500 people now. 1,500 people have graduated from Scalar Academy, and more than 1,350 of them today work at the best of tech companies that you see outside. Um, Amazon has hired more people in the last 1 year from Scalar Academy than all IITs combined. All of the high-value tech brands that you see out there, be it Microsoft, be it Google, be it Zomato, Ola, all of them have hired extensive.
So guys, if you are looking for any kind of opening in Scalar, I will actually post all the links in the description below. Don't forget to check the, I would say, the role which Scalar has brought into the market. And if you have one way of, whichever social media you are in, you can check out my channel and let me know. So yeah, you can keep continuing seeing what exactly they do. Thank you for your time.
Leap from Scalar Academy. But all of that is result of learning happening in the right way. I have seen people make ripples and waves. I was very recently talking to the CTO of one of the leading tech companies, and there's a story of this kid who came from a very small town in Bengal, was working at one of the service companies, has gone and now joined that tech company and got promoted in the first 3 months and is doing really rock star kind of work at this tech company, building it out right from the ground. I also came across this kid from a very small city in Bihar who moved to Delhi with his uncle circle and self-funded his education by taking tuitions. He initially joined a service company, struggled his way through there,